to begin, we're going to take a mudra. So we're going to weave together our hands. Sorry, I'm going to take this off. It's getting hot. We're going to weave together our hands like this, and then place the hands on our heart space. So like this, and place the hands on the heart space. Allow the elbows to fall towards the ground. The hands to be heavy on the heart space. The eyes closed if this is comfortable for you. Allowing your breath to be breathed in the way that your body wishes it to move. And we begin to drop our awareness from our head into our heart space. Beginning on the physical level, you feel the ribs expanding underneath the hands. And taking the seat of the observer, what else is it that you are witness to at this time in your body? Just going to introduce a yogic philosophy to you. It's known as Svadhyaya, which means self-study. And there's a lot that we can learn about ourselves by the way that we move through yoga practice, by the things our brain thinks as we sit with our hands on our heart. So using this next 60 minutes as a moment for you to fine-tune your self-study. And while our hands are here on the heart, if you feel the need to have any other intentions or dedications, please feel free. So we'll plant that all in the heart space. Big, deep inhale. Feel the chest rise up to the hands. Exhale. Now we'll move our hands to behind the back and clasp the hands over towards our right hip. So if that's uncomfortable for you, you can just sort of move the hands behind the back. They don't have to be all the way over towards the side. We'll drop our chin towards our chest and then draw our chin towards the right shoulder. So left shoulder is relaxed, and you can allow the head to come forward as you find the spot in the neck that could use a little bit more attention. I'm going to release the hands, place the hands back to the knees, and shift the gaze forward. The eyes can be closed or just a soft gaze towards the tip of the nose, and start to draw tiny little circles with the tip of the nose. So this is a nice little exercise to release the tension on the muscles at the base of the skull. The circles can generally start to become a little bit bigger with each pass. We'll find stillness again. Clasp the hands behind us and draw the hands towards the opposite hip or towards the low back on the left side. Drop the chin towards the chest. And now draw the chin towards the left shoulder. Again, the head can come as far forward as you wish it to, as we focus on the trapezius, muscles along the scapula. Keeping jaw soft and face soft. We'll drop the chin to the chest again, unclasp the hands. And then shift the gaze up again, soft gaze or gaze to, eyes closed. And we'll start with the big circles this time. And maybe you go in the opposite direction if you remember which way you went. If not, that's fine. Starting with big circles with the nose. And then allowing the circles to become smaller with each pass. So you're doing tiny little circles with the tip of the nose. And then eventually finding stillness. We'll inhale, draw the shoulders up by our ears. Exhale, roll them back and down. Do that one more time. Big inhale. Exhale, release. And let's come to all fours from here. So tabletop position. And we'll bring the right arm out towards, reach out towards the right side of your room. We're gonna thread the needle through. So right hand's gonna come underneath, right shoulder to the mat, dropping the cheek to the mat, and the left arm can slide forward. So this is to help us create a little bit of space behind the scapula. Take deep breaths into the spot where you're feeling sensation. We'll slide left hand back to underneath left shoulder, press ourselves up and do a little counter stretch, reaching back out towards the right. And then right hand back down. And we'll exhale, cat and cow. Exhale, dropping the head and tailbone. And inhale, lifting head and tailbone, just taking a moment to find some fluidity, emotion in the spine. And we'll find the neutral spine. Now left arm will reach out towards the left side of your room and sliding arm underneath, left shoulder to the mat, left cheek to the mat. Right hand slides forward if that's comfortable for your shoulder. And again, releasing the muscles below the scapula. Big inhale to where you feel sensation. We'll bring right hand back to underneath right shoulder. Press ourselves up. Arm reaches out, counter posing, and again, feel free to do some cat and cow or barrel rolls here, warming up your spine. Beautiful work. We'll tuck our toes under, lift our hips high, come to first downward facing dog class. Fingers spread wide, making connection to the mat underneath the bases of the fingers. Drawing energy up through the palms of the hands to the shoulders. Drawing the armpits in to face each other. And dropping awareness from our head into the body. Noticing here the movements the body would like to make to be more comfortable in downward facing dog. or any areas of tension that may have popped up. We'll lift our right leg high to the sky with an inhale, extending leg long behind us. Exhale, draw your knee towards your nose. And plant your right foot in between your hands. Drop left knee down to the mat. We're going to sit back into our hips with our right toes up towards the sky, just to open up through the hamstrings here. So a half split. Our torso is long over the leg. With an inhale, plant the right foot to the mat. Sweep the arms up to the sky, low lunge. Exhale, place the hands down to the mat and sit the hips back, toes up to the sky. So we'll move forward, inhaling, sweeping arms up. Exhaling, hands down and sitting hips back. Just helping us to warm up through our hamstrings and the hip flexor on the back leg. From here, we'll pause in our low lunge, arms up to the sky. We can link our thumbs together and draw the hands over towards the right side of the room as we open through right side body. Neutralizing spine, exhale, plant hands to the mat, tuck the back toes under, and we'll return to downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward to high plank pose. With the exhale, drop the knees towards the mat, but they don't touch. So the knees hover over the mat. Lengthen out on an inhale, and exhale, downward facing dog. So we're gonna try to do that in one long, fluid motion. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, dropping knees to hover. And then returning to downward facing dog in that exhale. Inhaling forward. Exhale, hover. And return to downward facing dog. We'll lift our left leg high to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. And foot in between the hands. Right knee to the mat. Sitting hips back, toes up to the sky, up on the left leg. Body long over the leg. Begin to bend into the knee, ground your foot. Inhale, sweep arms up. We're in low lunge. Exhale, we come down and sit the hips back. So just a fluid motion here with the body. Inhaling and moving forward and lifting up. And exhaling, hands down and sitting back. The next time we're in that low lunge, we'll sweep arms up, either linking thumbs together or keeping the hands shoulders distance apart. We exhale, hands over to the left. Inhale, neutralizing the spine, and exhale, hands to the mat. Tuck the back toes under. We'll return to downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward to high plank pose. Now we'll drop the knees all the way down to the mat. Bend to elbows. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin. Inhale, legs wide. Lift the chest, shoulders away from the ears. Cobra pose. Exhaling down. Inhale through tabletop. And we exhale to downward facing dog. And again, taking a moment here in downward facing dog. Dropping awareness from your head into the body. And we'll take a slow walk to the space in between the hands. Forward folding, we can grab opposite elbows and sway side to side. Bring your thumbs to the base of your skull, clasp the back of your head with your hands, and begin to give yourself a little massage in the muscles in the neck. I know I'm finding a lot of real estate in that area to spend some time on. We'll drop the hands down to the mat, shake the head yes. And kind of roll the head in an infinity or figure eight style. We'll bend into the knees and begin to slowly roll up. Take it real slow, especially because we've been sort of shaking our head around. I don't want anyone to get too lightheaded here. We'll roll the shoulders up by the ears and exhale down. Scapula down the back, arms rest alongside the body. We'll weave our hands together again and place the hands on the heart. Eyes closed if this is comfortable for you, or soft gaze forward. Take a moment to feel into the body. Notice how the front side of the body feels, how back side of the body feels, the right side and the left side. Taking a moment to become an academic of studying, but the subject is ourselves here. We can flutter the eyes open and inhale, sweep arms up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward, lead with the heart on the way down. Inhale with your half lift. And exhale, plant your hands to the mat. Step back, high plank pose. Now you are welcome to take knees, chest, chin as we did before, or lower chaturanga. Elbows remain in by the ribs with the exhale. Inhaling cobra, beautiful open hearts. Exhale to long spine, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward to high plank pose. Exhale, tap right foot down, right knee down. Inhale long. Exhale, tap left knee down. Inhale long. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bend into the knees, lift the heels, and exhale, walk, hop, or float to the space in between your hands. Inhale with your half lift, and exhale your forward fold. Inhale, sweep arms up to the sky. Our palms touch, and we exhale, hands to heart space. Sunny to warm up again. Inhale, sweeping arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhaling, half lift. And exhale, plant hands, high plank to low plank, knees, chest, chin. Big open heart space with that inhale. And exhale, our downward facing dog, navel to spine. Inhale, roll forward, high plank pose. Begin to tap right knee down to the mat. Extend long. Exhale, tap knee. Inhale, extend long. Big inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift up heels, bend the knees, walk, hop, or float to the space in between the hands. Inhaling, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep arms up. Palms touch. We bring hands to heart space. So take one more sunny, move with your own breath at your own pace, and we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Beautiful work. We'll lift that right leg high to the sky with our inhale. Exhale, knee towards the nose. Round through the spine, place the foot in between the hands. We're gonna stay low here. So hands are on the mat or you have fists on the mat. And you need to make sure that they're all the way grounded. So if you need to place your hands on blocks, if you have them available. If not, then this is optional what we're about to do. If it's hard for you to place your hands to the mat, we're gonna draw navel to spine and hop and change our right leg with our left leg forward and right leg back. So hop and switch. Navel to spine, lifting hips as high as you can, pressing hands into the mat. Ground the right foot forward, left leg back. Inhale, high lunge. Inhaling, arms up. Exhale, lean forward, open the arms. Keep the chest wide. Keep right foot grounded, the base of the big toe grounded. Draw left hip back. Crown of the head reaches forward. Left hand comes to the mat, right arm up to the sky for easy twist. Chest open. Reach your right fingertips back. And then inhale, sweep all the way up. We are lengthening out the right leg. Keeping right foot grounded, standing on right leg, left knee lifts in line with left hip. Hands can stay here or move to heart space as you kick back, warrior three. Feeling length from crown of the head through the spine, through the extended heel. Steady in the standing leg. Bend right knee, step back, crescent lunge. Inhale, sweep arms up, and if it's comfortable, lift your right heel off of the mat. So we're kind of teetering here, finding balance on the balls of our feet, drawing thighs together. Soft breath. Ground your heel down and step forward, chair pose. Sitting hips back, arms up to the sky. Exhale, drop chest, reach fingertips back. Inhale, sweep up, chair pose. Move with your breath here. Exhale, they kind of curl in and compact in. Inhale, we find steadiness and ease. Moving with your breath. Next inhale, we stand all the way up, nice and tall, maybe a gentle back bend. Exhale, hands to the heart. Once again, weaving over the heart space on the rib cage. Taking a stance that feels comfortable for you. Dropping awareness from your head into the body. The way that the ground feels under the soles of the feet. The way that the air feels around you in space. How your body has reacted to this yoga practice so far. We'll open the eyes, release the hands. Inhale, sweep up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant hands and move through your vinyasa of choice. We'll lift our left leg up with an inhale. Exhaling, knee to nose, left foot in between the hands, and we'll stay low here. Again, either grounding the hands or fists on the mat. And again, if neither of those options are great for you, then just stay low in the lunge. And we can begin to hop and change. Pressing hands to mat, navel to spine, seeing how high you can lift up the hips. As you hop and change, as my good friend Carrie would say, any time spent on your hands and not on your feet is a handstand. We'll land with our left foot forward and our right leg back. And inhale, arms up, crescent lunge, lose my balance. Drawing our inner thighs towards each other. Exhale, lean forward, open up the arms. So like you're looking into a pool and thinking about diving in, but you're not quite there yet. Shift your left hip back. Crown of the head reaches forward. Dropping our right hand to the mat, left arm to the sky, easy twist, keeping chest open. Reach your fingertips back and sweep down and around. Coming all the way up, we lengthen out the left leg, reaching tall, grounded through the base of the big toe. We stand tall, or standing staff, gave away where we're headed. Your arms can stay here, or hands to heart space, kicking back, warrior three. So a slight bend in the standing leg, active lifted foot. So the foot's just not hanging out there, but we're actively engaged through the heel. Even the toes feel active. We'll bend into the knees, step back, crescent lunge, sweeping arms up, and lifting up the front heel if it feels comfortable. So again, this finds us teetering a little bit, finding some balance. Dropping the heel, we'll step forward, chair pose, weight in heels, toes light, arms reach up. Exhale, coming down, sweeping arms back. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, torso towards the quads. Inhale, sweep up. One more time, you can maybe lift up the heels this time, like you're really thinking about diving into that swimming pool. And we'll ground the heels all the way up. Hands to heart space. One more time. We weave the hands together, placing hands on the heart. And observe. What is here at this moment? We can allow the arms to rest alongside the body. And finding strong grounding through our feet. We'll stand on our right foot, bring our hands to our heart space, our hips, those are hips. And lift up our left foot, grab for your big toe on your left foot, and extend the leg forward. So as though you're being extended through a string from the crown of your head up towards the sky. Shoulders down the back, jaw soft. From here, we're going to kick it back into our warrior three. Arms take the shape that will help you with your balance the best. Bending into right knee, step it back, crescent lunge, sweeping arms up to the sky. Again, lifting up that right heel. We'll ground the right heel, step forward, chair pose. Hands to heart space, big inhale, exhale, twist to the right. Elbow outside of our thigh. Palms pressed into each other. Maybe we open the arms up or wrap the top arm around the low back. With our inhale, we'll sweep back up, chair pose. And stand up nice and tall, gentle back bend. Exhale, hands to heart space. Feeling grounded through the soles of the feet again, hands to hip points. This time we stand on left leg, bring right knee up in line with right hip, and grab for our big toe with our peace sign fingers. And extend the heel forward. Staying lifted through the chest, relaxed in the shoulders, soft in our jaw. And slowly with control, beginning to kick back your warrior three. Bend into the left knee, step back, crescent lunge, sweeping arms up. We lift up front heel, finding balance. Grounding front heel, step forward, chair pose. Hands to heart space, big inhale, exhale, twist to the left. Elbow outside of thigh, palms pressed together. Knees in alignment with each other. Maybe we feel availability to open the arms or wrap the top arm around the low back. We'll begin to sweep our arms up, chair pose. Exhale, dive forward now. I'm going to bring the feet about hip distance apart, maybe even a little more wide. And we'll step on our hands, if that's available to us, for a gorilla pose. Otherwise, you could take a ragdoll position if gorilla pose isn't comfortable for you. Head is heavy. Maybe a slight swaying of side to side. We'll release the hands, heel toe the feet together. Bend into the knees and slowly roll it up. Shoulders up by the ears. Exhale, roll them back down. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. And exhale, dive forward. Here we'll move through a vinyasa. Moving slowly and intentionally with your breath. Remembering that pressing to downward facing dog is always a good option for those who are experiencing fatigue in the shoulders or wrists. Let's take a big inhale and exhale, drop the knees to the mat. Take the knees wide and take a child's pose or resting pose of your choice. So child's pose, obviously a very introspective pose, or a pose that invites introspection just based off of the shape that we're creating here. Put the head down, the forehead resting on the mat. Maybe you roll the head side to side on the mat, releasing again some tension in the neck. Or a slight little massage for the forehead. We feel the back ribs lift with our inhales. And a sense of drawing in with those exhales. Again, taking the seat of the observer, of the witness, with the object of study being yourself. We'll reach our arms out towards the front of our mat if they're not already there. Spreading the fingers wide and exhale to our downward facing dog. Just pause and take a couple deep inhales and exhales here. With your next inhale, you can lift up your heels and bend your knees. And exhale, walk, hop, or float to the space in between your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend into the knees and slowly roll it up. So we'll stay grounded through right foot. Bring left foot somewhere up the right leg for our tree pose. Planting our foot onto the thigh or the calf. Strong in those glutes so we're not dropping our weight into the right hip, but nice and lifted again like that string is pulling us up to the sky. And maybe your branches grow up or out. Stable and strong in your roots. Lifted and open in the arms, in the chest. We'll bring the palms to touch overhead if you've lifted the hands up, and exhale the hands back to the heart space. Point your left hip knee forward and step back, our crescent lunge, sweeping arms up. Exhale, easy twist, right arm up to the sky. And exhale, begin to reach back, reach down. And inhale up, lengthen out right leg, straightening right knee. Grounded through our right foot, we launch into warrior three. Now this time in warrior three, we can allow our arms to win this tug of war. And drop the arms down, hands down. Left leg can lift up a little bit higher, standing splits. If it's in your practice, grounding hands to the mat like we did earlier, and now instead of hopping and changing, you could lift up that right leg or right knee towards the chest for a handstand practice. If that's not exactly your cup of tea or something you want to try right now, maybe you just try wrapping the right arm around the right leg. We'll find our grounding here, bend into right knee and step it back. For our crescent lunge, sweeping arms up to the sky. Lifting up our right heel. Again, finding balance here on the feet with both heels lifted. Grounding, right foot, step forward, chair pose. Hands to heart space, inhale, exhale, twist to the right. Now we can pause here in our twisted chair pose, or we can drop our hips towards our heels, ground our hands over towards the right side of our mat, and attempt our side crow pose. Maybe you're just hanging out with your hands down towards the mat with your hips towards your heels. But if you want to try that side crow, you would bend the elbows, trying to bring your thigh up onto your triceps. And the good news is you're at home, so there's nobody there to see if you fall on your face. So finding a little exploration and play. What I see, I like. Beautiful work, everybody. We'll inhale back up to chair pose. Now we'll clasp the hands behind us, draw the chest forward, and drop the chest towards towards our thighs, and maybe we lift up our heels. Steady, strong breath. Ground your heels, sweep arms up, and we'll stand all the way up nice and tall. Exhale, hands to our heart space. Weave the hands together, place them on the heart space, and we pause. Again, that sacred check-in of the inhales and the exhales, of the heartbeat. Of the things that are in this moment. We can drop our hands down towards the mat, ground through left foot, and bring right foot somewhere along our leg to plant there. Again, strong in pelvis, lifted through spine. Maybe our arms reach up as well. If you've reached up, we'll bring the palms together and return them to our heart space. Point our right knee forward and step it back for our high lunge, sweeping arms up with the inhale. Exhale, easy twist, right hand to the mat, left arm reaches up as we broaden the heart space. Exhale, reach the fingertips back, sweep them down and around, and inhale, lengthen left knee. Ground through the base of the big toe. And from here, we'll launch into our warrior three. Again, we allow our arms to win a tug of war, bringing hands down to the mat. Maybe we ground the hands and step our foot back slightly to try a bit of a handstand prep. Maybe we wrap our left arm around the left leg to try some balancing. If we were playing with going upside down, we'll stabilize ourselves, bend into left knee, step it back, sweeping arms up. Crescent lunge, lifting left heel as we lift the arms. We'll ground the left heel, step forward, chair pose. Hands to heart space, inhale, exhale, twist to the left. So we can hang out here. We can begin to drop our hips towards our heels and stay there. Maybe we ground our hands to the mat and see how we're feeling there. Perhaps we begin to bend the elbows and try to place the thighs on the backs of the triceps. Keep your gaze forward. You don't want it straight underneath you to help you keep a bit lifted. Nice. We'll return to our chair pose. Inhaling, arms up. Check the time here, okay? We'll reach the arms forward, begin to lift the heels up off of the mat, and slowly begin to sit our hips towards our heels in this chair pose. Snap, crackle, pop action for me. We're gonna sit back onto our sit bones. Plant the soles of the feet onto the mat. Reach the arms forward and roll onto our back. And once you're there on the back, take a moment, get comfortable. You can roll out the heel, hip, the knees, you can rock side to side. We're gonna ground our feet on the mat, preparing for bridge pose. So arms rest alongside the body, shoulders snuggle underneath you. And we'll begin to lift our hips up towards the sky. Keeping back of the neck long. Breath travels to the belly. Breath travels to the heart. Lift up the heels and exhale, begin to come down onto the sacrum once more. Again, we'll ground the feet to the mat. Actually, we're gonna just ground the left foot. So if this is a little too much or it's a little too strenuous for your glutes, you can do both feet again. We're gonna ground our, I forget if I said left foot or right foot, but ground one of your feet and lift the other foot up towards the sky. So a one-legged bridge pose. Nice and strong. We can place that foot down, shift our weight to that foot, and see if the other leg will lift up. We'll place both feet down. See if you can lift the hips a little bit higher. And exhale, roll onto the back. Again, knees into chest, and let's take a happy baby pose from here. So grabbing the outside edges of your feet, soles of the feet up towards the sky, and we rock side to side. We'll draw the knees in towards the chest. Grab the backs of the thighs and rock and roll up to seated. And let's take a butterfly pose with the soles of the feet touching. Lengthen with an inhale and exhale, folding over the legs, over the feet. So we can think about our yoga practice as an analogy for our day as well. And though we might be very busy or moving a lot, we can always take the moment to check in with ourselves, to notice if we're holding tension anywhere or how the breath is flowing. We'll inhale, lift the chest up. Draw the knees in together like you're closing a book and extend the leg long, both legs long. And we'll inhale the arms up and exhale a simple forward fold. Maybe grabbing for the toes, the heels, or the calves. We'll inhale, release up, and exhale, begin to roll onto the back, slowly from here, bending the knees and placing the soles of the feet on the mat if that's a little bit easier for your core. We'll bring right knee into the chest, extend the left leg on the mat. Pause here and hold the right knee in towards the chest, towards the armpit. Feel a little bit of release on the left hip flexor. Feel the shoulders ground down. With your exhale, you can guide the right knee over towards the left side of your room for spinal twist. Rolling our right hip towards the earth, releasing the spinal twist. Switching up the legs, so left knee can draw in, right leg can extend long. Again, we just pause and take a moment to hold. Feel release of the right hip flexor, maybe a little bit of sensation in the glute on the left side. Exhale, we begin to draw the left knee towards the right side. For spinal twist, left arm can stretch long from our left shoulder. We'll release our hip to the mat. And here I invite you to take any last poses or make any last movements that will help you to complete your practice. And from here, we find our final pose of Shavasana. We can rest our hands on the heart, one folded over the other, just as one last check-in. Lengthen the back of the neck, feel the shoulders relax to the earth. We take a look inside. One big inhale, feel the chest rise to meet the hands. And with our exhale, the hands can stay there or fall to the side as we move into our final pose, into our Shavasana. Begin to introduce a bit of movement into the physical body. We'll inhale, stretch long. Exhale, draw the knees into the chest. And roll to one side. And coming to sit in an easy seat to close our class. The eyes closed, if this is comfortable for you, we find our breath traveling to that third eye place. We feel our breath traveling to the heart space. We feel our breath traveling along the spine to the tailbone. Our next inhale, we can sweep the arms up to the sky. Bring palms to touch and exhale the hands to the heart space. So we pause to remember what we've set as an intention or who we've dedicated our practice to. We'll inhale deeply all the energy we've created through this practice and send to that intention or to that dedication. Thank you for joining me on this Thursday. Appreciate your presence. Namaste.